And she left me in the Hooters restroom on the floor, puking my eyes out. Went back to talk to those guys. And the next voice I heard was one of the guys. Be grateful. Be very grateful for when you lose these friends. You weren't supposed to carry them into the next season. It's one of the biggest indicators for me in my life and my experience that I'm reaching new heights, making sure I reflect on anything that I could have done better. And funny thing is, I've said that before in these friend situations too, where I've come back and I said, hey, what could I have handled differently? And some of these friends have said, oh, everything was good. There is nothing. Okay, well, then why is there still a problem? You weren't supposed to come with me to the next season. That's all. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be my first ever requested video. I just want to thank y'all for all the love and support. Like, I really have been getting a lot of views and likes and comments on the content that I've been pushing out. But I want to do more requested videos because I want to give y'all, make sure I'm giving y'all what y'all want to see, what y'all need from me. So let's just get right into it. On my last video, I talked about overcoming comparison and feeling behind in life. On that video, user Sagittarius Black 2879 left this comment. She says, thank you for this video. I've been having a lot of people doing this. I just recently cut off 2 friends. You're attractive, so can you do a video on friends being jealous because you're beautiful or you get attention, more attention than they do? First off, whenever I think of friend groups, especially in today's age, I think a lot of us, especially us 90s babies, were kind of programmed to believe that friend groups and friendships were supposed to look like Disney Channel, what we saw on Disney Channel shows, what we saw on Nickelodeon shows or movies. And that's actually not the reality for most of us. I know for myself, I've never really had a solid friend group. It's mostly been people that I have in my life for a certain season. And every single time, I've always noticed a tremendous amount of growth. Every time I outgrow some friends or I start noticing some friends being shaky or a little shifty, I count it as a blessing. It's a good sign. It lets me know I'm on the right path. It lets me know that what I'm birthing, there are people that can't be around that baby, you know? I know I should sharpen this, but I really don't feel like it. When it comes down to friendships, I would first say let go of that fantasy. Let go of feeling like you need to have people around you in order to feel like you can enjoy life. That you need people in your life to go and do certain things with. Anybody that I'm friends with, I would want them to be a friend to themselves already. It's actually a big red flag to me if a girl that I'm being friends with does not already love herself and already love her life. If she doesn't do those things, I already know she's going to wreak havoc in my life. She's going to make me feel small about things that are big to me, that mean a lot to me. They'll take any moment to degrade it or make me feel like I shouldn't be into that thing or just talk me out of it or whatever. Like, it's so stupid. It's awfully childish. And yeah, it's just a major red flag. So for a quick moment, I do want to touch on what Sagittarius Black mentioned in part of her comment. She says, friends being jealous because you're beautiful and get more attention than they do. One thing that I've started to realize and I have started to change my perspective on in friendships is friends that like male attention or like attention on them, whether especially if it's like garnered towards their looks. I feel like that's such a fragile construct to place value upon. Okay, so anytime I'm friends with a girl, I don't do boy crazy girls. I don't. I can't stand it. We just don't mesh well. We can't. We're oil and vinegar. Wait, what is it? What is it for real? Oil and water. or oil and water. So yeah, I don't get along. I have used the mess out of this color, but I love this color so much. Oh my gosh. I definitely think that the minute that I see that a girl is more so caring about the attention she gets whenever we go out, um, I kind of don't really want to hang out with her outside. Like maybe we may be able to connect on things in a certain place or like in her house or at my house or something like that. But as far as going out places, I don't really want to go out with you like that if you are really more so into getting attention from guys. And the reason why I say that is being one that has had relationships with people where they did feel jealous about attention that I got, the guys would get in the way of the fun I'm having with my girls. They'll try to whisk you away, try to talk to you for a long period of time, and even just being rude. If you're stepping to me, I expect for you to say excuse me and also greet my girls. Like, and I'm nearing my 30s. So I think I'm in my late 20s. Oh my gosh. I guess I can say that now. I'm in my late 20s. I'll be 28 in January of next year. So there are a lot of things that I just get the ick about, and I can tell straight up, like right away, that me and a guy would not be a good pairing if you don't know how to be courteous, how to have some manners, and how to consider me that I'm out with my friends. And nowadays, because we're adults, a lot of times if I go out with my friends, we have to schedule that time. We have to schedule that time to go out. So when we do go out, I expect for you to not take up all of our time. Be quick about it, be sure about it, and then move around. Because I'm here with my girls, I'm trying to catch up with them, or I'm just trying to have a good time with them after a stressful week. So meeting a new guy may not be my priority. Most times it's not too. Like it's not my priority. I'm just going out to have a ball with my friends. Yeah, this is done. So let me just grab another color. But I just want you to keep in mind that if you are that friend that does get a lot of attention, consider the type of attention that you're getting. Is it flattering or is it just straight up annoying? This is such a cute color. A lot of times my friends just want to be prioritized, and that's it. It's not that they're jealous of the attention. I'm one of those friends that if I see a guy and he's trying to get my number or something like that, I'll try to keep it as quick as possible because you're not holding me and my friends up from going to the next function just because you want my number. I just want him to know, hey, I value my community. They need to know I got folks on the front line for me. One of my friends that actually loved male attention, she left me in the Hooters restroom on the floor, puking my eyes out, okay? And went back to talk to those guys. And the next voice I heard was one of the guys in the bathroom saying my name as I was laying on the floor. I had to get up so quick. I don't trust any dude that'll come into the bathroom, even if it is just to check on me. I just want to make sure I'm on guard. That's up to me. But yeah, she left me. Left me to go talk to some dude. So be mindful of these boy crazy friends. Okay. Be mindful of these friends that admire and want more male attention than honoring their own friends that they came out with. Like, oh, I don't understand. I don't get it. Never will. But yeah, male attention is nothing. What is it worth? What is it worth? Please tell me what it is worth because there's always somebody new that comes in. It's such a fragile construct to place value in male attention. They like one thing 1 minute and don't like it the next, and then on to the next thing. Don't be friends with somebody like that. Do not. Okay. Look at it from your friend's perspective for sure for a moment. And if you still haven't done anything wrong, yeah, maybe they are just straight up jealous of you. Um, but yeah, don't be that friend that's always holding up the entire friend group because a guy wants to hit on you or talk to you or whatever the case may be. Try to keep it as short and quick as possible. So now that I got that out of the way, I definitely want to focus on jealous friends and the signs there are when a friend is jealous of you, because we have friends that unfortunately don't really like us. And it's such a yucky feeling, like when somebody really just doesn't want to be happy for you, or they're really envious of you. Because to me, jealousy and envy are a lot alike, but envy, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Because jealousy, it's like you may want something that I have, but someone that's envious of you, that's somebody that wants to destroy you, somebody that wants to be you. They'll even go out of their way to monitor you, see what's going on in your life, and see if they can try to sabotage that. That right there is an envious friend. You're walking on dangerous territory. And a lot of times it's on us if we don't vet people properly. It's one thing to just like not like somebody, it's another thing to try to destroy that person. The minute that one of my friends shows some jealous tendencies, I gotta fall back. I've got to remove myself, because I don't even want to discern or decipher whether they're jealous or they're envious. Either one is dangerous and a spirit that just won't just pop out and disappear. And they'll show you guys these signs in covert ways. Somebody that's envious or somebody that's jealous of you won't come out and just say that they're jealous of you. They're not going to come out and say that they want to destroy you. You can always tell by a person's actions what they want to do. Forget what they're saying. So they oftentimes won't celebrate you. They won't acknowledge your success, your wins, and the things that you're doing. They'll act like they don't even see it, even though people have been talking about it, right? Like I said, they're super covert about it. So they'll specifically say congratulations, super bare minimum, in a group of friends. But when y'all are by yourselves, they act like they don't even see you. They act like, and even if in friendships, in friend groups, sometimes they'll act like they don't see you too. Very interesting as well. But it most times they'll be more covert, and it's in the little ways where, the undercurrents that you can just feel, like this person obviously knows about what's going on, knows they haven't talked to me in a long time. They don't even seem interested or actually genuinely happy for what I'm sharing. And try to downplay it most of the time. Like I said, they'll try to ignore you in group settings. This is a tactic that I've noticed happens a lot when a person is intimidated by you. And typically, this is with someone that is envious of you, somebody that wants to be you. You have something that money cannot buy. And I'll touch more into that. Another sign they're either envious or jealous of you is they compare themselves to you as well. The most annoying thing possible. I hate comparison. I really, really do, because I'm normally inspired by somebody's success. I'm inspired. And honestly, I feel like women are so individualistic. We've been indoctrinated to be individualistic rather than more community based, where it should only be one woman on top, or one woman that's the most beautiful woman, or one woman that's the most successful woman, or who's the fairest of them all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always got to be one woman. Say another example is Cain and Abel. To be so utterly envious of his brother, to decide to destroy his brother because he couldn't take his brother's heart. He didn't have the heart to give to the Most High. But instead, he's like, let me just make him disappear so the Most High doesn't even, recognize him, and only sees what I give and what I do. That's typically what an envious person's spirit is and how they operate. And this one is my favorite one. Okay. They exclude you. This is how, like, the dynamics, they're trying to make you feel small. They're trying to lower your self-esteem. They're trying to make you feel how they feel when you're around. And it's the biggest compliment to me. When the moment that I see, oh, somebody didn't invite me to something, or they're purposely excluding me from something, they know I'm not a part of it, or whatever the case may be, I'm always checking to see how people are gonna, go about it. I'm always checking, always. And I count it as a blessing because I know I can't take you into the next season. I can't allow you to participate in the favor that's already on me. And for some people, it may not be favor, it's luck to them. So if you say it's luck, you have to be considerate about who you take along, for the ride. I mentioned that in my last video, that some people will follow you and will attach themselves to you and be envious of you, be jealous of you just to get the piece of the pie because they can see the light that's on you. They can see the gifts that you have. And even though they won't compliment you on your own authentic gifts, the value that you bring to your community, they'll just follow along, they'll just tag along. Just to kind of get into the difference between jealousy and envy, I look at it as jealousy is when they want what you have, and it's everything typically that money can buy. You ever notice, like, when you're around some people and they'll act like they didn't see your new car, or they'll act like they didn't see your new shoes, or they'll purposely try not to compliment it, but you've noticed that they saw. It's not to say that every person that notices something new about you that they have to compliment you. I know for myself, I don't compliment people on things that I don't genuinely feel I like, right? But I will say, oh, are these new shoes? Or, oh, is that a new whatever? I know they didn't have this thing prior. So I'm going to acknowledge the fact that they have something new. And it's obviously something that they love. So acknowledge that and say, oh, I'm glad you got to have something new. Everybody knows how good it feels to get something new or to have something that you like, even if nobody else likes it. That's a part of being authentic. You not even need validation from other people, but it's just seeing who actually supports you, seeing who's actually in your corner, seeing who actually has a real love for you. So they'll notice the little things. It won't be difficult to point those things out. Why try to act like you didn't notice it or try to ignore it? Because they want those things for themselves, and it makes them feel like they can't have that thing, or they may want the clothes on your back. So they'll go out of their way to try to steal that thing from you. They'll go out of the way to try to steal the joy from you having these things, or accomplishing these things as well. So that's what that's all about. That's jealousy. Envy is, I'm going to assassinate this person's character, make it seem like this person is not who everybody glorifies and thinks they are. I'm going to slander their name. I'm going to come for their reputation, come for what they do, and make it to where this person does not exist in anyone else's life. That's the exclusion piece. They are envious of what money cannot buy. They're jealous of your charisma. They're jealous of your favor, how you always have good luck with things. They want that for themselves. So they go out of their way to take you out for it. But first, they'll try to copy everything you do. They'll stay in close contact, pay attention to what you do and what you did to get there, and then attack you at the jugular. That's a person oh, that's scary. Whether it's words or phrases that you use, them getting into a certain style that they never got into before. All of a sudden, they're liking those things that they were making fun of you for liking. All of a sudden, they're becoming you. They're trying to match your personality, trying to do their hair like you. They're literally out there to try to later on sabotage you. And imitation is the greatest form of flattery, but typically that's what happens. So look out for envious people like that. People that operate from a spirit of envy or jealousy. You need to, sorry, you need to remove them from your life. You have to remove them from your life, because if you keep them around, you're allowing them the perfect opportunity to take you out. Like I said, Shanquilla Robinson, Shanika Jenkins. There was this one girl that was poked by her roommate. This was maybe earlier this year, if not a little over a year ago. But yeah, her intestines were spilling out. Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane for somebody to feel some type of way about you so much that they try to take you out. And because they're in such close proximity to you, you then trust them. We don't want to be naive. We don't want to be nice about these things. And just because a person confesses that they were jealous or confesses that they were insecure, which is the spirit of fear, whenever they get to doing those things and they're acting like, oh, we can be friends again, no, keep them at a distance. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just the spirit that they operate from has to be delivered. They have to be delivered from them. Pray for their deliverance and also forgive them. And I know this is so freaking hard to do, and I know people won't want to hear this, but I highly suggest you forgive them. Not for them, but for you to be able to realize and fully embody the freedom of being you without restraint. Because what I notice a lot with those of us that end up friends with folks that are insecure or are envious or jealous of us is we'll try to shrink ourselves to make them feel comfortable because we are empathetic. And that's not going to do you any good for your blessings, for your destiny. People will try to steal your destiny. That's another thing, you know? So, yeah, definitely consider that. Let these people go and then forgive them. Forgive them because they know not what they do. You don't want that to make you bitter. Bitterness comes well after not forgiving. As for me with friends, I don't even confront folks when I notice that they're jealous of me. What good is it going to do me? For them to gaslight me, for them to make it seem like I'm crazy, like what I went through wasn't really what I went through. I went through that last year. Never again. Okay. All it took was one time, like, Angel, you know what happened. You know, and not just you, you have another witness that knows what happened in the friend group. This friend called me fake because I decided to basically still be nice to her after she went out of her way to, basically make me feel small. Oh, and that's another tip I would say to recognize or sign to recognize a jealous or envious friend. They will try to make you the butt of a joke in front of other people and then make themselves look better. And that's one of the things that she used to do. So when that's not enough, like I say, they go out of their way to talk to your friends and make you feel worse, make you feel like you were in the wrong for, confronting them about how a certain thing made you feel and all that stuff. Like the whole nine. So yeah, never doing never doing that again. But I definitely always advise praying for these people, praying for them to be delivered. Because it could be any of us at some point. Get with somebody that has the same moral compass as you. That's it. I choose brave friends. I choose friends that love themselves and that love their life before I come into it. I choose friends that are authentic and know exactly who they are and where they're going in life, so they're not threatened by the value that I bring to the room. I choose friends that decide to speak my name and speak positively about me in rooms of opportunity that I'm not in. I'll never forget this one time this happened to me recently too. Someone mentioned that they wanted me on the cover of their book, and instead of this girl, this friend at that time deciding to, say, okay, yeah, let me talk to her about it, da 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 da. I hear about it from another friend instead, and not even from that friend. And then when I confronted her about it, I was like, hey, this doesn't sound very friendly to me. This actually sounds like you're not really friends. So I was already distancing myself from her when I found out. But when something else happened and, we got a chance to sit down, I said, hey, this is what I was noticing without, in our friendship leading up to this major event that happened in a group setting. You know, I was cool not really having much of a relationship with you anyway. I was very cool with that. But these scenarios, these stories that I'm sharing with you guys have made me see always be friends with somebody that's very direct about their feelings and emotions. When it comes to passive aggressiveness, whether it be the talk or the behavior, I the minute I get any passive aggressive behavior or vibe or talk from you, I'm like, okay, I caught that. And it just goes in my file. But I really don't care after that. I'm like, thanks for showing me who you are. Thanks. Now I know who not to bring with me on the next season. That is key. Make sure you're not friends with people that downplay themselves either. Same thing with guys too in dating. The minute that I hear a dude say, oh, you're too perfect for me, you're going to end up taking your insecurities out on me. That was what happened to me in my domestic silence relationship a few years ago. So I learned from that, I grow from that, and remove them. We all know what happened to Joseph and what his brothers did to him because they were jealous or envious of him. They sold him into slavery. So be careful for what people might be plotting on you. Be grateful. Be very grateful for when you lose these friends. You weren't supposed to carry them into the next season. You weren't. It's one of the biggest indicators for me in my life and my experience that I'm reaching new heights. They make room for other areas in my life to be fulfilled. And it may not even be friends. It could be new opportunities. It could be new ways to explore myself. So I encourage you guys, if you're trying to find a friend group or if you keep running into these snags in friendship groups where, it just seems like people will exclude you or, they don't want to give honor where honor is due sometimes. Everybody else, people don't have a problem celebrating other people, but when it comes to you specifically, it's like, I really don't have to, or I'll just send a text or whatever. It's some super bare minimum stuff, right? Take it as a compliment. You are on your way to the next season and rejoice for that. They were going to destroy your destiny in the next season. It's dangerous out here, y'all. It's dangerous. So when you see and you peep these behaviors, distance yourself, let them go, pray for them, forgive them, and really feel like you've forgiven them too. And anytime you feel like you feel in your spirit like you want to fight and argue, or you wish you could have said something or whatever, right? In that moment, counter it with, I'm forgiving them. I forgive them for their insecurities and how they basically tried to take them out on me. I forgive them for that. And I thank you for me being able to be forgiven for the things that I've done, that making sure I reflect on anything that I could have done better. And funny thing is, I've said that before in these friend situations too, where I've come back and I said, hey, what could I have handled differently? And some of these friends have said, oh, everything was good. There is nothing. Okay, well, then why is there still a problem? You weren't supposed to come with me to the next season. That's all. One thing over here, we keep it cute, we keep it mature, and we grow from our mistakes. We learn lessons in life too. What is life teaching us about every moment? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry about the background, y'all. It is Sunday, and I'm just trying to get my life together before the week starts. Let me know if there's any more video recommendations that you guys have. I'd be more than happy to serve y'all in that capacity. So yeah, y'all, that is pretty much it. And thank you once again, Sagittarius Black 2879, for this wonderful topic. I'm glad to get into it, and I hope y'all enjoyed the video too. I hope this wasn't too long, but I'm enjoying doing these video diaries. So hey, y'all. Hey, friends. With that, ciao.
Love yours. No such thing. No such thing. life. Fake niggas, mad snakes in the grass. Let a nigga know that he arrived. Don't be sleeping on your level, cause it's beauty in the struggle, nigga. It's beauty in the struggle, nigga. Yeah. It's beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. Hear my words and listen to my signal of distress.